Alright guys, what's going on? Coming back at another knife video, and we're looking at the budget offering from Ruike knives. Ruike, I think I'm saying that right. This is the P801SF. This is a very nice little knife for the money. Now, a little background on the company. They are made by, or somehow limited or related to Fenix Light Limited. I don't believe they're made by them, but they may be. They're made in China, maybe in the same factory that Fenix Lights are made in. So, really nice packaging it comes in. Pretty, I mean, for the cost of this knife, it's really nice packaging. Slide the sleeve out, get your ready to make it, and then this box is kind of a pain, I've noticed. There we go. You got your stuff in Chinese here. Warranty card. Not sure where you'd send that if you need to send it in for warranty. And your little owner's manual there on the. And apparently this has a 15-day replacement, a 5-year free repair. Wow. Again, I don't know where you'd send it, if you send it to China, but by then you might as well just buy a new one because it's $30. But nice packaging nonetheless. So good job there. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the specs of this knife, and then we'll go into more of the details. You're looking at an overall length of 8.25 inches, a blade length of 3.5, full flat grind on that. You've got a drop point blade with stonewash finish, 4.75 inch handle. You're made of stainless steel. It's a stainless steel frame lock. There is no milling on the inside to lighten up the knife, so it does weigh 4.23 ounces though, so it's not terribly heavy. Right hand user tip up pocket clip, nice deep carry anodized clip, which is cool. And it is a flipper on bearings. And in a minute I will show you the insides of this knife. It has some pretty interesting construction for a budget knife, stuff you would see on a much higher end knife, which is cool. So nice looking knife. It looks like a titanium frame lock. It is stainless steel. I do like the anodizing around the pivot collar, on the thumb studs, and on the pocket clip. That's very attractive. Things you don't find in this price range. Not even close. The action is nice and smooth. Flips very nicely. It does have standoff construction as well. So this knife runs $30, guys. 30 to 40 is what I've seen it. That's ridiculous. The steel, importantly enough, is 14C28N, which is a large upgrade over it's 8CR13, AUS8 that you're going to find in this range of knives these days. Even VG10, I think 14C is a little bit nicer even than VG10 steel. So you've got a good steel for a really good price, and nice quality construction, nice stonewashing. It's actually a very attractive knife. I mean, it looks like a much more expensive knife, and it has the action of a much more expensive knife. The ergonomics are good, not mind-blowing by any means, but they are good ergonomics. So let's go ahead and take this knife apart and kind of show you how it works, and then we'll come back and finish the video. Alright guys, so I'm having some issues with my Ruike, R-U-I-K, Ruike. I don't even know how you, not Ruike, it's Ruike. Ruike P801SF. The blade keeps, you can see how it's like nearly touching it. It just keeps losing my pivot. So I'm going to do a video showing you how to disassemble and take care of this knife, because I have to do it myself, so I thought I might as well film it. It's pretty self-explanatory, though, on how to take this knife apart. I don't believe you have to take off the pocket clip. So I did it kind of backwards. I would normally do it. So you have 2 screws for the pivot. Now let's push that pivot out. Maybe. Wacko. Totally weird pivot system. said, I did this kind of backwards, so maybe. And then I'm not on camera. There we go, got the little pivot out of there. So there's a look inside of it. Let me get one frame here. Stop pin. Like I said, not normally how I would take this apart. Kind of just did it backwards, and that's kind of how it happened. But you can. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just need a T6 driver. I use Weehaw drivers. This is a Weehaw driver. This is just a generic handle, and then I think this one is a T8. It's a T6, T8, very standard in the knife industry. So inside, look at the scales. And you got your standoff construction. So I'm going to clean mine out a little bit. See if I can't rectify that pivot issue I've been having. But it is on bearings for a $33 knife, which is freaking awesome. It's well made. You got your stop pin. It's almost got a bushing, like a Chris Reeve almost, for the pivot. It's interesting. It's definitely different than normal knives. So let's go ahead and get some Loctite. I'll be right back. So there you can see the inner workings of the Ruike P801SF. One of the most interesting things is it uses a pivot bushing similar to a Chris Reeve Sebenza, which is pretty crazy that it has that kind of technology in this $30 knife. Pretty awesome. So it works really well. I did have to Loctite the pivot on this because it was spinning a little bit, but once that fixed that was no big deal at all. The centering's nice and perfect now that I have it back together. The action's really smooth. Put a little nano oil in there. So guys, this is a fantastic knife for the money. Pretty hard to beat for the price. It's, I mean, $30. Like, I just can't believe that they're making, and I've heard good things about the other models of Ruike knives as well. I could see them being a pretty powerful player in the budget knife world. Nice design factor on this one. It's going to carry real deeply. Just pretty simple design, but it has a nice, classic look to it. I like the clip quite a bit. I like that it's a deep carry, and then the anodized it as well. So I mean, this clip is nicer than a lot of clips that come on some ZT knives. So it's kind of funny. The one thing that I think gets overlooked a lot on pocket knives is the clip, and this is one where they paid attention to that. And it's nothing crazy or anything, but it's a nice touch on such a budget offering knife. Nice deep carry with a really nice blue anodization. So can't beat it for the money, guys. I think this is going to be a runner for knife of the year as far as budget knives is concerned. I'll do a video towards the end of the year, beginning of next year, where I go over my budget knives, and this one is strongly in the running along with the steel wheel cut jack and the Booker Lateralis. But I may do a category under $50, and this one is going to be hard to touch. I think the cut jack may be a little over 50. I could be wrong, but that's another really good offering that's definitely in the running this year. But this one I can see being one that is very much in the running for that award. So thanks for watching the video, guys, and we will see you on the next one.